Hi there, my name is Malayvasavada and welcome to my channel. In today's video, let's take a look at how can we use a Windows environment variable in Power Automate Desktop. The Windows environment variable is completely different than the Power Platform environment variable. So let's not confuse this with the Power Platform environment variable. These are the Windows environment variable that gets stored in the machine. Okay. What are these environment variables? When you search for environment variable in the Windows search, it gives you the system properties. There you can actually see these environment variables. There are two types of environment variables. One is the user variable for, let's say, me. And what these are is they are user specific. So if other user logs into this machine, for that user, the environment variables would be different. The values would be different. However, these are the system variables, and system variables remains in the system irrespective of which user is logged into the machine. So the user variables are for the particular individual logged in user, and system variable is across all logged in user sessions. It remains same for every user. That's the fundamental difference. The advantage here for the environment variables is this can also be deployed and controlled through the group policy. Okay, the IT administrator can actually deploy some system variables into different machines through the environment group policy. Okay, now let's use and let's understand this environment variables through the Power Automate Desktop. So first, let's search for the action environment. We can see set Windows environment, get Windows environment, and delete Windows environment. Okay, so let's go ahead and first use set Windows environment variable. What's the name of the environment variable? Well, let's just say that we are working with some branch application. So I just want to name this environment variable as the branch app path. The new environment variable value. So the value itself can be a variable. So if you have any variable, you can use it. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the variable path as C drive branch app path to store data and files. That's the path that I want to store. And what's the type of the Windows environment variable? So we have a user and a system. Now, I would like to mention that I tried many times to set the system type of environment variable, but every single time I'm getting the insufficient access, insufficient privilege. I tried by opening the Power Automate as the administrator. I myself is the machine administrator. However, I am still unable to use and set the system environment variable. If you happen to solve this, please put it into the comments and description. How did you achieve that? So for now, let's go ahead and select the type as user, click on save, hit run. Okay, so that got executed. Let's open up the environment variable pane again, and now you see we have branch app path which we've just set in the user. Okay, now let's go ahead and retrieve the value of this. Okay, so cancel. Now we have this set, so let's get the Windows environment variable. The variable name is going to be the branch app path. And where do we want to store? In which variable we want to store? So let's also call it as the branch app path. It's going to be the variable produced. You can also go with the advanced. Search for the variable type only in the scope. So you want to search only in the user or in the system. So we know that our variable is in the user scope. So let's select user, click on save. And for now, let me delete this because we already have the environment variable set. We should get the values now. So hit run and we will have the branch app path populated. There we have it. It retrieved the value from the Windows environment variable and it then populated that with this text value. Okay, so branch app path is the environment variable. Next, let's go ahead and use the delete environment variable, and the variable name, let's just give it as the branch app path. Again, we know the type scope is user, hit save, hit run, and after this we will check the environment variable and we should no longer see the branch app path in the user type. So let's go and look for environment variable again, variables, and there we don't see now the branch app path. Okay, so that's a simple way to use the Windows environment variable in the Power Automate desktop. I thank you so much for watching the video.